He stole her pants for a morning ritual, and you won't believe what happened next. Before you hang your pants where anyone can see them, watch this. Stop hanging your pants outside, Cynthia. Cynthia's mother shouted as she walked into their Face Me I Face You compound and saw her daughter hanging 25 pants on the rope. Cynthia was a careless and dirty girl. She did not care about anything. She took a bath once every 2 days and would leave all her pants until they were very dirty before washing them. The whole compound knew her. Any day Cynthia washed her pants, everybody would come out to laugh as she hung them openly in the compound. This behavior annoyed her mother and her sister even more. Cynthia, you are 21 years old. Wash your pants while you are bathing. Her sister would always complain. Stop hanging 25 pants in the compound, please. But Cynthia did not care what anybody thought. To Cynthia, it was not that serious. She was not trying to bother anyone. She was just careless and did not think ahead. Besides being dirty, Cynthia also had a very strong body odor. Her mother sold food at the junction, and any time Cynthia came around the shop, customers complained. Some people even stopped eating at her mother's mama put because of how dirty Cynthia was. Her family members begged her all the time. They bought her a nice-smelling powder to rub, hoping it could help her. Any time Cynthia managed to take her bath and wear it well, she would look very clean and her beauty would show, but it never lasted long. One person who was deeply annoyed by Cynthia was Victor. If Cynthia was known for being dirty, Victor was known for having anger problems. And behind that anger was something deeper: poverty. Victor was a sales boy who had just come from the village. He came to the city to learn business under his village kinsman, Chief Obi. He lived in the same Face Me I Face You compound as Cynthia. Anytime Cynthia hung her pants on the rope, if Victor wanted to hang his own clothes, he would first take time to wash the rope very well. Whenever Cynthia passed near him, Victor would quickly cover his nose. Besides hating Cynthia, another thing Victor hated with passion was poverty. Sadly, he was poor. One day, a customer came to the shop where they sold shoes wholesale. The man wanted to buy 50 pairs of shoes, and each shoe cost 1,000 naira. Victor told the customer that the shoe was 1,500 per pair, hoping to make an extra 500 naira for himself. He tried to hide the deal, so his Oga would not notice. But just as the customer was about to pay, his Oga walked into the shop and collected the money directly from the customer Victor was helping. The Oga laughed and said, Victor, sharp boy, and gave him 2,000 naira from the extra profit. Victor was very angry. When he got back to the compound that evening, he saw that Cynthia had washed her 25 pants again and hung them close to his t-shirt. Victor blew up. "What is the meaning of this, Cynthia?" he shouted. "What is the meaning of this nonsense? What are your smelly pants doing near my shirt? Are you mad?" Victor was very angry. Cynthia came out and started laughing. She said, "Victor, what now? Is the rope not for everybody?" Victor fired back. "Do you see any other person in this compound hanging pants outside? Are you the only woman in this compound?" Cynthia laughed in an annoying way and started picking her nose. While doing that, she said, "No woman in this compound has as many pants as me." Victor stared at her, took his shirt off the rope, and started washing it again. Cynthia kept laughing. Victor, this shirt is not dirty now. My pants are clean." Victor hated Cynthia deeply. He looked at her and said nothing. In his heart, he said, "This girl is too annoying. I need to make money and leave this compound." One day while Victor was at his shop, his old friend Amadi came in to buy shoes. Amadi was holding a car key. Victor froze. "Wait, Amadi has a car?" In 2002 in Nigeria, cars were rare. Only rich men owned cars. Victor remembered how he and Amadi used to play together back in the village. They both left the village for the city around the same time. So, how come Amadi was now rich? Victor took care of Amadi himself. Amadi ignored the cheap shoes and went straight for the expensive ones. Victor asked in shock, "Amadi, are you selling these shoes?" Amadi replied calmly, "No, they are for me." Victor shouted, "Oh boy, you don day come. I beg, show me the way." Amadi laughed. After Amadi finished buying the shoes, Victor offered to help him carry them outside. The truth was, Victor just wanted to see if Amadi really had a car. And there it was, a Mercedes-Benz 190E, one of the biggest and most respected cars of its time. Victor screamed again. "Boss, I beg. Show me the way now. I'm your brother. Show me the way." Amadi laughed and said, "No worry. When you come to my house," and then he gave Victor his address. Victor stood there as Amadi drove off. He held his head with both hands and shouted, "My God, see my guy. Oh, my guy don't reach." People around stared at him in shock. That day, Victor could not focus at work again. All he could think about was Amadi and the life Amadi was living. He could not wait for Sunday to come so he could visit Amadi. When Victor got home that evening, he met Cynthia sitting in front of his one-room apartment picking beans. As always, she was smelling. Victor shouted, "This girl, did they send you to me? What are you doing in front of my room? Is your own front area not enough? Now see, everywhere is smelling." Cynthia replied, and then, "Don't insult me." Victor snapped back, "It is not an insult. It is the truth." He went inside his room, brought out perfume, and sprayed it around his front area and on Cynthia. Cynthia just laughed and said, "Wow, perfume." Victor went inside, but his mind was no longer in that compound. All he could think about was Sunday. Victor could not wait for the week to end. By Sunday, he wore his best shirt and went straight to Amadi's house. When he got there, he was shocked. It was a mansion. Victor stood in front for a moment, staring. When Amadi opened the door and saw the look on his face, he laughed. Victor said again, "I beg, show your boy the way." Amadi looked at him carefully and asked, "Are you sure you want to do this?" Victor replied without waiting, "Yes." Amadi sighed and said, "I am only telling you this because you are my guy. You're like a brother to me." Then Amadi told him the truth. He said, "I did a money ritual. When I first came to this city, everything was hard for me. Then one of my guys introduced me to this morning ritual." Amadi explained that the native doctor asked for the pants of a virgin, and at that time, the girl he was dating was a virgin. So he used her pants. Victor shouted in shock, My boss, but didn't you love the girl?" Amadi replied calmly, "I love her, but I hate poverty." Victor asked again, "So where is the girl now?" Amadi answered, "She ran mad. She's roaming the streets now." Victor went quiet. Amadi continued and warned him, "If you use the pants of a girl who is not a virgin, you will run mad. But if she's a virgin, she will run mad, and you will become rich." This is hard though," Victor said. Amadi laughed and said, "It is not hard now. It is easy to find a virgin." Victor sat there for a long time without speaking. He remembered how poverty had treated him. He remembered his dirty, noisy face me I face you compound. Then he remembered Cynthia. That was when it hit him. "I can get pants," he said. "Cynthia is a dirty girl now. Which man will sleep with that smelly girl?" That was how Victor made up his mind. He told Amadi, "I will do it. I will get the pants of a virgin." Victor had made up his mind. All he needed now was the chance. Victor started watching Cynthia closely, waiting for the day she would wash her pants again. He needed to be around on that day. And that special day came. That morning, Victor opened his door to go to work and saw Cynthia with a bucket full of pants ready to wash. His heart jumped. He wanted to get angry, but he remembered that this was his lucky day. He moved closer to her and said softly, Cynthia, my friend." Cynthia looked at him in shock. "How am I your friend?" she asked. As they spoke, spit came out of her mouth and landed on Victor. It hurt Victor, but he pretended nothing happened. He brought out a small stool and sat beside her. As Cynthia washed the pants, Victor asked, "Do you have a boyfriend?" Cynthia smiled and replied, "No." He asked again, "Have you ever had a boyfriend?" She frowned and asked, why are you asking me all these questions now? I thought you don't like me." Victor laughed. "Just answer now." Cynthia became shy and refused to answer. Suddenly, her mother called her from inside the house. Cynthia quickly dropped the pants she was washing and ran inside to answer. That was Victor's chance. He quickly picked one pair of pants from the bucket, a red one, and rushed inside his room. His heart was beating fast. Getting the pants was so easy. Later that day, after Cynthia finished hanging her pants, a neighbor jokingly counted them and said, Cynthia, your pants are now 24 and not 25. Cynthia was shocked. She knew she had 25 pants. So she immediately started going from door to door, asking if anyone had seen her missing pants. "Please, did you see my missing pants?" she asked the first neighbor. The neighbors were surprised and embarrassed that she could ask them such a question. When she asked Victor, "Victor, please, did you see my pants?" Victor replied, "What kind of stupid question is that? I can never touch your smelly pants." Victor even went ahead to report the matter to Cynthia's mother. Mama Cynthia, what is wrong with your daughter? Why is she asking me for her pants?" Mama Cynthia said sorry to Victor. Then she asked Cynthia what the problem was. Cynthia replied, "I have 25 pants, but now only 24 pants are on the rope. I'm looking for one of my pants." Cynthia's mother listened to her, then warned her. She said, "Cynthia, hold your ears. Even if you see that pants, don't wear it. Did you hear me?" Cynthia replied, "Okay, Mama." And life went on. Now she had 24 pants. Once a person takes the first big step, the next step comes easily. Victor had crossed that line. Victor took the stolen pants to Amadi. Amadi then led him to the native doctor. The native doctor took the pants and locked it inside a coffin for 3 days. The native doctor told Victor to come back after 3 days. While waiting, Victor imagined what he would do if he became rich. He imagined how he would finally get the most beautiful salesgirl in the market. He imagined the kind of car he would buy. He couldn't wait to get rich in the compound. He started talking to people anyhow. He even told the landlord, "Your house is rubbish now. When I make money, I will build a better house." He was so sure that he would soon become rich. On the 4th day, Victor returned to the native doctor. The native doctor brought out the pants from the coffin, sprayed a white powder on it, said some chants, and handed the pants over to Victor. Then he warned him seriously. "As soon as the owner of this pants wears it, she will run mad and you will become rich." The native doctor paused, then added another warning. "If the owner of this pants is not a virgin and she wears it, you will be the one to run mad." Victor nodded. He was almost sure that Cynthia was a virgin. He took the pants and left. When Victor got back to the compound, nobody was outside. He quickly hung the red pants on the rope. Not long after, Cynthia came out and shouted, "See my missing pants though." Her mother did not know that Cynthia had found the pants. Cynthia herself did not plan to wear it. She simply took it inside the house and kept it. Victor was waiting patiently for Cynthia to run mad. Every day he came out and saw her. He kept praying that she would finally wear the pants so that he would become rich. One day, all of Cynthia's pants were dirty. She wanted to take her bath and look neat because she was going out to see someone. While looking for clean pants, she saw the red pants. She remembered what her mother said, but she did not care. All her 24 pants were dirty, and she needed a clean pants. She noticed the white stains on the pants, but she did not pay attention to it. Cynthia was truly careless. She just dusted the pants, and then she wore it. At first she felt nothing, but Victor felt something. Every shortcut has a price, and Victor was about to pay his own. The moment Cynthia wore the red pants, Victor felt it. His head started pounding hard. He rushed out of his room screaming, "Cynthia, where is your red pants?" Cynthia came out laughing. "I am wearing it now," Victor shouted. "Are you not a virgin?" Cynthia laughed loudly. "Me? I'm not a virgin, but don't tell my mother." Victor froze. "What do you mean you are not a virgin?" Cynthia nodded. "Yes, me." Victor started screaming. People in the compound rushed out. He started jumping up and down, shouting over and over, "Cynthia has a red pants. Cynthia is a virgin." People were confused. As he kept shouting the same lines, he started tearing his clothes and ran into the street. The whole compound was in shock. They gathered around Cynthia and told her to thank God for her life. Cynthia's mother came back from the shop and heard what happened. She shouted at Cynthia for wearing the pants. "Did I not warn you never to wear that pants?" She right away took Cynthia to their pastor for deliverance and thanked God for her daughter's life. Mama Cynthia was confused whether to be angry at her daughter for not being a virgin or to be thankful to God for saving her daughter's life. From that day, Cynthia learned her lesson. Cynthia never imagined that her carelessness could bring such danger. She stopped hanging her underwear where people could reach them. She changed her life completely. She began to take her bath every day and washed her pants while bathing. Victor, however, stayed mad. He wandered the streets shouting, "Cynthia has a red pants. Cynthia is a virgin." From time to time, his friend Amadi came to the spot where Victor stayed and gave him food. Victor had only 3 more years before his Oga settled him, but he wanted money. He wanted to become a billionaire overnight. And in the end, his greed ruined his life. Victor wanted fast money, but greed does not know mercy.